I don't care. I mean, it's fine. That's fine. Okay.
All right, good morning, everyone. It is 9 a.m. I'm going to call the meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners to order. It is Tuesday, June 14th, and we'll start with the pledge. And Cindy, would you lead us today?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I would just remind everyone, if you have a cell phone, if you could silence it, and if you need to take a call, if you could step out into the hallway. We are also streaming live on YouTube. Item number 2, call for public comments. We will still take calls from individuals from the public that on items that are not on the agenda for information only. The 2 phone numbers are 605-882-6248 and 605-882-6297, and we will address them during the open part of our meeting. Item number 3, conflict of interest items. Are there any for fellow commissioners?
No.
All right, item number 4, action to approve the June 14th, 2022
So
agenda.
moved.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. All in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed. That motion carries. Action to approve the June 9th,
So moved.
2022 minutes. Commissioner Johnson made the motion,
A second.
second by Gable. Any additions or corrections? Not hearing any. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. That motion carries. We'll move on to monthly reports. We'll start with the Director of Equalization. Morning, Shauna.
I don't matter what. I just thought of that just now. I have no idea.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There we go.
Morning.
Okay, so we are currently working on our reappraisals, new reappraisals. We are doing Dexter Township, Germantown Township, and Fuller Township this summer. The girls have been out for a few weeks already. The office staff is continually working on sales and transfers. The Department of Revenue is implementing a new system for us to be sending in. They're having a little bit of trouble with it, so we're continually kind of trying to figure out how it works, how to get our stuff implemented, working with Connecting Point to make sure our stuff transfers correctly into their stuff. So we'll be working on that most of the summer, trying to get everything up and running and be able to transfer easier.
So is the system a software thing?
Yep.
From
From the Department of Revenue, yep, they're implementing it.
Aren't they trying to get all the counties to use the same?
Yes, we all upload a certain way now, but
Right.
I think it's so that people can view the sales and stuff throughout the whole state easier, and so it's just gonna like show it.
It doesn't have to do with how you compute your.
Nope, it has nothing to do with that. It just trying to get our stuff because, you know, throughout the state of South Dakota, there's many different software companies. We use Connecting
Right.
Point.
Yeah.
Others use others, so they're trying to, you know, kind of get it to work through, and
Okay.
so they're doing that. That way, it's just so people can view them better. And then we are going to Deadwood at the appraisers and I are going to Deadwood at the end of this month for a NACRO conference. And that's basically North Central Region. Somebody that is one of our assessors is on the NACRO board. And so they're actually having it in South Dakota, so we get to combine ours.
North Central.
North
Region.
Central Region. Yep.
Oh, it's NCRA? Or
It's
just
NCRAAO, North Central Region Association of Assessing Officers. It's 11
Okay.
states. And these conferences I'm kind of excited about. There's more money, so there's, you know, better teachers, more actual schooling and stuff in classes. It's more set up like school where you are scheduled to go to classes for 3 days, so. And then we get to actually talk with people and how they do things, you know, differently in other states, so we're kind of excited about that one. But that's all we really got right now.
There was some talk earlier about revisiting the land productivity process. Is that happening? Have
There's always different bills every year to try
Yeah.
and change it from productivity to, you know, actual use, but every year so far it has been shut down, so.
But that never appeared as any summer study to my
There
knowledge.
there's a summer study
Probably
this,
is a summer study every
Yes.
year on ag land,
there is a
but-
summer study this year.
yeah.
Nothing comes of it most of the time.
Well, bills come of it and bills just don't get passed. But basically the bills are just either actual use or productivity. So we go back to what it was. So it's just,
A lot of the individuals out west want actually.
yes, yep, our state should have been divided in half. North Dakota and South Dakota should have like this instead of like this. but-
Well, I don't know. Codington County probably should have been divided too. It'd be west of Watertown and east of Watertown, because west Watertown, a lot of that land is underwater now.
Mhm.
It's
getting
getting
bad, yeah.
worse and worse every week. It's really bad out there. And I'm hearing a lot of kickback from my farmer friends out there that are inundated with water.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's bad.
Yep.
It's a tough deal.
All right. Any other questions for Shauna?
All right.
Very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Move on then to the auditor's report.
We came through the primary election with no recounts, no major problems. We had a lot of help from the maintenance staff here at the courthouse and at the ag building, and then other employees who worked for me on election night, and then my precinct workers, and especially my staff in handling the extra workload that comes with an election. It's a very stressful time. Across the state, there seemed to be a lot of problems with voters not knowing where they're registered or what party they're registered. And I think that's something that we need to work on, is getting voters more aware of what's going to be on their ballot, what political party they're registered. There is a website on the Secretary of State's, there's a link on the Secretary of State's website where you can go in, put your name in, and you can see what address you're registered at. You can see what party you're registered as, which would cut down on a lot of confusion at the polling place on election day. We are cleaning up things right now. I believe the state canvass starts today. We do, because this is a federal election, we have to save all of the ballots and paperwork for 22 months. So we put everything in our vault in the basement with tags on it telling us when it can be disposed of. We will be assisting the school board or the school, Watertown School District, with their election on the 21st. They will be counting their ballots in my back office, and we did help them set their ballot up too. So that is underway right now. So now we'll be moving on to budgets for the 2023 year. I have 4 entities that have not submitted a budget to me yet. 2 of them are county offices and 2 are outside agencies that have not submitted a budget request to me, and it is their responsibility to submit it. And other than that, we're back to ordinary day-to-day projects.
Cindy, just for those 2 in the county that have not submitted their budget yet, when
I
would
have
you like
contacted them.
those?
Yep,
Okay.
I have contacted them.
So,
May need to contact them again.
Yep.
As far as the outside entities, you used to typically send out reminders, but a couple years ago, or how many years ago, you
Couple
Let
years ago, we
everyone know.
stopped doing that, and we left that up to the agencies to be responsible for submitting. And so, and it's worked very well for most of them. I'm sure somebody just is busy right now and didn't realize they hadn't submitted anything. So
it's going to be that time of the year.
it is.
All right, does anyone have any questions for Cindy? Not hearing any. Let's move on to the Veteran Service Officer then with Todd. Morning, Todd.
Good morning, commissioners. Just want to make sure everybody is aware today is June 14th. It is Flag Day. So if you have a flag, get out.
Also Army birthday.
Oh, yes.
Come on,
I saw
guys.
that too.
Come on.
Come on. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I was going for the Flag Day. Should be Army too. Anyway, so 2 transports in May. We don't have anything currently scheduled for June right now. Currently working on getting the design for the back windows back. I just got it this morning in an email. So I'll be talking with a couple of the commanders and from the local organization to see which way they want to go. I got one that basically has lettering. I have one that has actual symbols like the VFW, American Legion, stuff like that. So we'll see which ones they would prefer that are going to go on the back sides of the van there. So still nothing new on the Ford Explorer about turning that in or getting the title. I'm sure that's just not a priority down there. Requested travel for myself and Jay to go to the VSO training and certification conference 15 through 17 August in Pierre. That's already been approved in last year's budget from that standpoint. I did purchase a new laptop for the deputy VSO. We received that yesterday and getting that up and going from that standpoint. Couple things there. June is PTSD Awareness Month. June 12th is designated as Women's Veterans Day. The first Women's Veterans Day was held June 12th of 2018, making the 70th anniversary of the groundbreaking Women's Armed Services Integration Act signed by President Harry S. Truman. We do have a new software package that'll probably be coming out. It'll switch from VetraSpec is currently where we're at, but they are already telling us they've done some upgrades to it. Probably going to be a new software. That's the software again that I use to enter my stuff into the VA from that standpoint. Not sure of a date as when that's going to be coming out. Future things is that I believe everybody, the ADA accessibility to our office over there. I don't know what the long-term fix, again, I can cover down on it as far as going down. I just don't know if that's a long-term fix and don't know where the city is. I have noticed this summer already. I mean, they have a basketball in the morning, certain days, they got volleyball going on. They got basketball for younger kids. They got, so they're utilizing it more. I can definitely hear more of the traffic throughout the day as opposed to in the late afternoon time frame.
Summer rec.
Yeah.
I did talk to a couple of the individuals and yes, it's all in the parts, so it's hard to say. I
Yep.
mean, they're just waiting.
Yep. And that's kind of what.
So they are aware of it.
DAV van, so I'm not going to roll that out. Probably try to do that in July. Once I get the designs on there. Selection for the Veteran of the Year for 2022. That'll be done in August by the Vets Council. Other than that, unless there's any questions of me.
Just a question. So on the software upgrade, did you say that was a federally, like a VA thing or a state thing?
We pay, I think it's right around $420 some to have access to VetraSpec.
Mhm.
VetraSpec, that software was sold to another company. So I'm assuming they're going to take another look and say, okay, if the state hasn't decided yet if they're going to stay, they're assuming they're going to stay with the company that bought VetraSpec. So
give us a rundown on exactly what VetraSpec is. As far as I know, it isn't to the database for vets.
a VetraSpec is basically, it's a database that I utilize when a veteran comes in. I'll take and put their information and different stuff like that. And then that will roll me over if I need to create a certain form to submit a claim. It'll pull data out of there and then complete that data. And then I can attach different documents like discharge paperwork, medical paperwork. That'll package up into a file and then that'll go to Sioux Falls and then that gets rolled in.
More efficient.
So do you have to enter all the data into VetraSpec or does it pull data from VA records if they sign a waiver or something?
It's all the stuff that's in the South Dakota VetraSpec is all put in by either county or state people.
Okay, all right.
So Okay, have a great day.
Thanks.
Thanks, Todd. All right, we'll move on then to welfare director. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
Sarah.
Good morning. My report is short this month, but it has been a whirlwind of months. Yeah, I do. So there's two reports, the front and back, because we transitioned over to the Helpline Center's network of care report. And so the front one is what it has been, but you'll see it's a month short because now we're not tracking on that one. On the back side of that is an example of what the Helpline Center can provide us for their report. So this is our May report for the Helpline Center. It does have some earlier dates because we went back and entered in some clients that we're still working with, but they started with them earlier in the year. So I guess my question for you is this the type of information that you want from our office? We can ask them to change what they provide us or what data that they provide regarding our clients with that. Hopefully, as we go, we're getting more accurate representation of what we're actually doing.
So you don't have to, so with the helpline center, will that take away the need to manually enter into an Excel spreadsheet? So, okay,
Yeah,
so it should be a little more accurate that way.
yeah. So, yeah, this report from them is just what they pulled from our information that we've entered in there.
So is this the whole picture for May? I mean, pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of that, again, we're still working out the details of that program and making, having Carrie's emailing them frequently of, can you change this? Can you do this? Can you add this?
Mhm.
But this is what the information that we're gathering right now.
I like the referral, the
Mhm.
specific agencies you're referring to.
Mhm.
That's useful.
Yeah, that was one of the things I really wanted to have a better picture of who's going where. As more agencies get up in the system, that's going to be helpful with that as well.
So when you say other,
Yes. All the other things.
So it's not an agency called.
No, no. I kind of wish there was, just all the things we can't deal with, you go to other. No, so
anything
that's everybody
not on the
else.
list.
Yeah, and so that is one, you can see that's 9. That's the most that we've
That's
made
what I
referrals.
noticed, yeah.
And so that's one that we're looking at. If there's an agency that we're providing a lot of referrals to, we will go in and we'll
Put them
pull
in.
them out. Yeah. So right now, that's just the group. Yeah, everybody that's not one of the ones listed above. Yeah. You can see funerals have been a little bit heavier again. We have had to deny a couple, but we're providing a lot of funeral services as well too. So,
Right.
yeah. And then the one thing that's in addition to this one is the time spent on services. So, which I think gives a better representation of where we're actually spending our time, what we're doing with clients. And so you can see the number of hours that we're spending in each particular area with that too, which is nice.
Mhm.
Any questions or suggestions about that report?
I'm going to think about it.
Okay. Yeah, look it over. We can make changes. Yep. Okay. For CARES or ERA, it's called, it is ERA now. Carrie put in 80 hours in May. And so again, we submitted for $4,000 in administration fees that were reimbursed. ICAP had 57 hours, and that's, again, the typical combination for her of case management, jail needs, apartment needs, and community meetings. That case management includes the homeless people that we're working with, the homeless individuals with that. As far as our office itself, the network of care, the software system is great. We are working through the situations with that, and they've been really responsive to the changes that we've needed. Kind of had to do a hybrid because of the different types of services, from the case management to the funeral to the medical. It's really different than what they've done for other agencies, and they've worked well with us figuring that out. The community care coordinator, Nicole, we are calling that Impact, which I had mentioned last time. She started the certification program on Monday, so that's going well for her. She's finalizing some of the processes and the forms and things like that for her program, hoping that in July we can kind of give you a full picture of what that program will look like for her.
And that's online?
Yes,
Okay.
it is online. So she's spending a lot of time in her
Yeah,
office
right.
online, which is
Yeah.
part of the reason we needed her to have some space so that she could actually focus and get that work done. And we have moved, which was a big whirlwind of a thing, but it happened and we got the office all painted. Our staff, my staff was amazing, getting it, coordinating it, from keeping things consistent at our previous location to the new location. Carrie did a wonderful job managing that. Nicole and Hunter did a great job helping get set up at the new space so that we can just flow right in there. A couple down, well, kind of just one down day of the Friday where we were getting everything switched over and we're up and running again. Still working on some of the phone issues. That's an issue between Bit and Vast, but we're able to get voicemails. But if people call in right now, they probably just have to leave a voicemail. Hopefully today or tomorrow that will dial right through. That's a porting issue between the two companies with that. And yeah, we are hoping in a month or so to have an open house with brothers and sisters behind bars to showcase both of the spaces together with that. For the South Dakota Association of County Welfare Officials, we are working on bringing the resolution, which is on the back side of your sheet. We're going to bring that forward to the County Commissioner Association as the primary need identified for medical concerns right now at this point. And so I wanted to review it with you so that you're aware of it. What this is basically saying is that the county welfare officials want there to be a time limit for when medical claims can be submitted. Currently, hospitals have no timeline for when they submit claims for medical reimbursement. And so they can go back up to 15 years to submit medical claims. And there's no time frame on that. And so this resolution is to request that we move forward with something in the state legislature this coming year to put a time limit on that.
What kind of time limit?
Well, we had recommended 3 years, and then we were recommended to take that out as part of the negotiation with, as we start having conversations with the hospital. We would like to have it 3 years or less. Some of the counties want it less than 3 years. Kind of the general agreement is 3 years, but we want to be able to have some conversations with the hospitals as well as what do they feel is a reasonable.
Right, that can really catch some counties off guard, up to 15 years.
Yes, Yeah.
absolutely. It's a
Yeah.
long time.
yeah, there is no time limit, which is why all of us have 15, well, Watertown has 5 file cabinets of medical files because we have to keep them forever, literally forever. So, yeah, it'd be nice to have a limit on that. So that's what that resolution is, and more will be coming about that.
And the
information.
deadline is by July 31st, right? Your
Yes,
association knows to get them in.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
we'll talk about that in August.
yeah. Yep. So that's what they're shooting for, getting that hopefully getting that in within the next few weeks.
Yep.
With that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing I did put in a travel request, Donna Beagle is a presenter that the South Dakota Education Association is bringing to South Dakota. She's in Owakoma, or the resort there. I always forget the name of it.
I know.
Yeah. So the presentation itself is free. The cost is transportation and lodging, which would be one night of lodging. I would like for myself and Nicole to go, as well as Hunter, which would be covered under ICAP pieces with that too. So that is with that, but that's what we're looking at. I'm still working out some of the details, but we're all hoping that we will be able to go to that next week. And then the systems of care pieces, we had our interagency meeting last Thursday. The topic was mental health services. And so we had the Human Service Agency and Lutheran Social Services present, and then had some good discussion with that. We had 28 people attend over Zoom with that. It was good. Next meeting in July is the networking meeting for that. Our strategic planning is moving forward. We had our final meeting with the phase 1 for that with Sandra, who is the coordinator for that. She should have her final report to us here within the next couple weeks. And so be watching, I'll again be presenting more for the final report on that and what our community needs to do moving forward. The 4 committees, the 4 working groups, I guess, are still moving forward with starting their action planning pieces then. And so the centralized services and community supports, we meet at 10 o'clock today to start our action planning phases with that. So I'll be coordinating those meetings as well. And then the network of care, they are getting Salvation Army into the network. They're building for them right now, which is wonderful because Salvation Army, we know, is one of the huge ones that we need to be able to communicate with. So it'll be wonderful to have them on board. Other agencies that they have coming on board are Department of Labor, WIC, or the County Health Nurse. Brothers and Sisters Behind Bars and Human Service Agency have all indicated that they're in support of it, and they're taking the steps to move forward with that. And then Resilient Communities, we're going to be having, we had talked about having the 8-hour training earlier in the summer. After some conversation, we decided it would be better to do it in August so that then we can kick off the fall and start moving forward in the fall. So that'll be a more intense 8-hour training that we're going to focus on what we as a community can do to prevent adverse childhood experiences with that. And I am in the process of finalizing my training to become a trainer for the ACES training with that. So that's everything.
Anyone have any questions for Sarah?
Busy.
Yeah, it's been a month. It's been good though. It's very good.
All right, thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
All right, let's move on to item number 7, action to approve the auditor's account with treasurer and note monthly registered deeds.
The registered deeds fees collected in the month of May were $51,976. And the auditor's account with the treasurer is an account of cash and cash items as of the last business day in May. You can see the amount of money that we counted that day. You can see where our total cash assets are with our savings account, South Dakota Fit, and a small amount in Great Western Bank for the Memorial Park deposits. And then the second page just shows you the cash balances of the various funds. The general fund and the special revenue fund are the first two groups, and those are county funds. And that third group is the trust and agency funds, which is basically pass through.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Van Duzen,
Second.
second by Gable. Any comments, questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, that motion carries. Let's move on then to item number 8, opening of bids for the road reclamation and micro seal project. Possible action to accept qualifying bids.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Wayland.
Thank you.
Okay, the first bid is from Donick Incorporated. Never spelled Donick.
So as is required on the bid form, a bid security in the form of a bid bond is provided. There was one addendum issued for this project, and
Turn your mic on there.
oh, sorry.
How's that better? One addendum was issued for the project, and the bidder did acknowledge that addendum. And as far as a base bid is concerned, the total of all unit price items for the base bid for Dunick is $1,208,985.80. That's 1,208,985.80.
That's
That's the base bid.
Okay.
Bid alternative A, which is additional asphalt pavement for one of the miles of county road. The total for all unit price items for bid alternative A is $501,331.40. That's $501,331.40. And bid alternative B, which would include just a blotter course on that road and not paving it this year. The total of all unit price items for bid alternative B is $81,107.00. That's 81,107.00.
All right, so do you need to look this over? What's your thoughts, recommendations? Before we would make a motion on this?
Yes, I do think just based off of the purpose of bidding alternatives to check it against what the budget that the county highway department has for the project. Rick and I do want to convene and determine what the budget will allow based off of the base bid and the alternatives.
Okay, do you see that happening yet today or put it on for the next week for the agenda, or what's your timeline?
Probably next week.
I would say put the approval next week. I mean, we may meet today, but
Okay,
we'll want to verify that all
all
the unit prices.
we will put that on for next week then for either approval or denial. So, all right,
Thank you.
very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on then to item number 9, action to approve the human resource contract effective July 1, 2022. Natalie, did you want to come up and say anything in case anyone has any questions? You were emailed this and now it's in front of you for,
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Yeah, so the new contract is basically just extending for another year. Their only change to any of the terms or conditions was on the fee, which we just took a 3% increase, inflation, gas, all the things that you guys know.
and the other one ends June 30th, so.
Correct. Yep. So this will be effective July 1st.
So, yeah, so the new monthly fee would be 2,350. Is that what I'm looking at? correct?
Yes, correct.
I make a
I'll
motion.
move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Any other comments, questions? Not hearing any. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All
Look forward to
right,
working
you're
with you
hired
for another year.
Right.
Thank you.
$40,200 a year.
All right, item number 10 then, action to approve a resolution for continued support of the First District Association of Local Governments. That's also in here. I don't know if Todd was going to be up, but I guess it's just the increase that's proposed. And it is like a 10-year
So by,
going
if we
forward.
approve this, we approving those 10-year, all those 10,
Yes.
10 years worth of increases.
Yeah.
Is this what they're proposing, or is this
Well,
what,
okay,
is this
no,
a
you're just- you're
recommended?
approving A resolution for 1 year at a time. You are
Okay.
not, or you are not approving those rates. You address them 1 year at a time.
Okay, so it's just a
But this
projection.
is.
But that is the
yeah,
estimate of
that's-
Right, it's a
yes,
projection.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
So
they
For now,
figure,
we are just doing the $46,065.
I'll make a motion to
Okay.
approve that.
motion by Gable. Did you second? Or what'd you say?
Go ahead, somebody second, I got a question.
I'll second.
A second by Van Duzen.
The figures that are down here for 24 and beyond, that's just kind of a rough figure,
They,
because we're talking big time inflation and
Yeah, so it's a projection, so. the thing
Yeah.
was-
so this is, the rest of these figures aren't set in stone either.
Well, it's what they're projecting, I guess, according to a percentage of
They have
increase,
adopted,
but
it says they have adopted a new 10-year
Yes.
due schedule.
it is.
So the governing board of First District has adopted
Yes.
these amounts.
That
These
is what it
figures you can
is.
pretty well count on.
Yes.
But we're going to approve them each and every year.
Yeah,
We'll
exactly
approve it.
right.
This is
Yeah.
just for the 46,000 for
Yeah.
fiscal year
Yeah.
23.
But
Yep.
this is the 10-year, it was adopted, but yes, it'll be year by year.
But the-
It should be noted that this schedule does not at this time commit the county to support the district for the next 10 years. So that
Right.
is
Yeah.
part of
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
Because it,
That's
part
our
of the
question.
What was it last year, Cindy, at your fingertips? Do you have that?
I don't have it, no, not right now.
That's what, it's actually,
I was wondering if what kind of an increase that I know that it's reasonable, but I was wondering if it was a 3% like a lot of them are doing, or.
Yep, there's
Mm.
nothing here. And I
I don't
have that number
remember.
right at the top of my
Yeah.
head.
and I don't remember what the percent.
Doesn't say. in there.
I didn't see anything anyway.
No.
That's, I just.
still a bargain for what we
It's,
get.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
according to, it's split amongst counties and how much work is done in each county. And so, and the cities are
Based on
also,
your population.
Yeah. there's a lot of things taken into account.
Based upon a decennial census population range.
This is something we did 10 years ago as well, and now it's, that time period is up.
Yeah,
So
give me
new
a
one.
second here, I can find it for you.
Well, I was just wondering how they could come up with these figures.
It's just a
when we were
percent.
Facing very unknown times
And
ahead.
it's also based on census, so.
Mhm. It,
Well,
Okay.
it looks,
Yeah.
it looks like is what, do you know what the percentage increase is without doing it? It looks like a small percentage.
yeah, I
increase
don't
is what it
remember.
looks
It
like.
might have been
Um,
3.
2 or
not
3% maybe.
Yeah,
This is one question. Oh, no, it's, okay. The amount we are paying this year is $44,721.10. So it's a little over $2,000 increase.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy.
any other questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. All right, item number 11, note the Juneteenth holiday is on Sunday, so the county offices will be closed on that Monday, the 20th.
According to our current policy, but because this is the first year we're observing it, I just thought I should bring it before the board because I have had employees asking questions on whether or not we are observing the holidays, so there's no action to take.
Just, it's
Yeah.
part, yeah, we did adopt it as part of our policy.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
Item number 12, action to approve claims for payment.
That looks in front of you, total claims payable to the state of South Dakota for motor vehicle collections is $651,586.37, leaving the claims for the county at $691,736.87. You can see on page 2, that total, just below the half section on that page, for the election so far is $23,858.92. Elections are not cheap. I don't know if we have all the bills in yet. I would say we still have some left for our programming and ballot supplies, but we did get everyone, all the precinct workers paid and the people who had to travel and pick things up on election night for us.
Cindy, you had mentioned earlier that we're assisting with the school board election. Do they cover those fees?
Yep,
for
they
their
take care of their own.
people?
Yes, yep.
So this, I'm just looking at the page before. So this includes the whole shebang, ballots, advertising, all that stuff.
Ballots, advertising, test deck, programming, precinct workers, yes.
Right. okay.
Yep.
I think that, everybody voted in one site at the extension center in this last,
Well,
That
if you're
worked out.
registered to vote in the city.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
worked,
several townships. sorry.
and that worked well, didn't it?
It does work well. We only used half the expos this time because we had some combinations and it seemed to work well. We did have lines about 5 o'clock that I was not happy to see, but everybody decided to come out at the same time. Otherwise, it works very well because our motto is, if you're out standing at the wrong precinct table, it's still in the same building. All you have to do is walk
Yep.
across the floor to
Mhm.
get to the correct one. And then we
Yep.
still do use the rural sites, Henry, Wallace, Florence, South Shore, Waverly, Kransburg, Elmira votes at Lincoln School, and Sheridan votes at the Day Center.
Yep, yep.
What roughly what percentage early voted?
Early voted, ooh, I can't tell you that, right? I don't have that number right offhand. I know we had a 30.23 or
Something
30.32
like that.
turnout. We had 1,500 absentee ballots
Okay, well, that gives me an idea.
out of, ooh, I don't remember what the total turnout was right now. But anyway. And that's, that's average for a primary.
Yeah.
So,
It was good, but yeah, there were individuals that The doors were shut at 7, but there was some
Yeah.
people inside waiting to vote.
Yes, so if you're standing in line at 7, you are allowed to vote.
I don't know if that's happened.
Yeah, I can't, yeah, let me see. Let me do a rough. I would say about 25% voted early out of the total turnout, pretty close, right in there. Okay, total ballots cast, okay, let's see. 28%. 28% voted early.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
And, you know, that is much higher during the general election. We will vote early at least 40%.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the last day you had over 300, right?
And for a primary, that's a lot, but a general election on the last day, we have had as many as 600 people come through, which overwhelms the office, but we've gotten through it, so.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Besides everything else. that's going
Yeah.
on.
So are there any other questions on the claims?
Looking for a motion. I don't think we
I'll
have a
make a
motion
motion
yet, do we?
I'll
Motion by
second.
Johnson, second by Gable. Any other comments, questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 13, action to approve automatic budget supplements.
We have an automatic budget supplement to the welfare office with the ERA monies in the amount of ERA 1, $4,732.51. And ERA 2 is $27,807.51. And those are amounts we paid out for individuals in the month of June, and we have gotten grant funding to supplement that, so we would supplement the welfare budget with those amounts.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Gable, second by Van Duzen.
And you can see those bills reflected in the claims list.
And that's, yeah, used to be, now it comes, it's passed through us. It used to be done at the state level. but
Yes,
now-
in the state.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 14, any personnel changes?
No personnel changes
We have
today.
several travel
Several
requests.
travel requests, yes. The veteran service officer and deputy have requested authorization to attend the South Dakota Department of Veterans Affairs Certification and Benefits School. Does not look like, it is a 2-day school. And so they have included lodging expense. The welfare director has requested authorization to attend the Breaking Down Barriers and Building Supports Department of Education Summit for herself and the new employee, the community care coordinator over there.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Gable.
I'll second it.
Okay, second by Johnson. Any other comments, questions?
Once again, we're okay with our folks taking privately owned vehicles to these training conferences. I mean, I see that,
We do have a
you know,
policy.
that's
Yeah,
a
we do.
question.
We do have a
Yeah.
policy. The welfare office will take a county vehicle if available. And if there are at least 2 individuals traveling in a privately owned vehicle, then we will reimburse the full mileage, and I'll check on that.
Right, and I believe veteran service is using aren't they using
So
the
they're
veteran?
using
No, they're
privately
using
owned vehicles.
privately
Okay, I
owned
was thinking
vehicles. That's
that,
why I'm
okay,
asking
now I
that
see it.
question.
Yep. Yeah, we do. It is in policy to use that, so.
The federal reimbursement now for gas is 62 cents a mile
When did that raise?
this week.
It did. Is there an effective date? Because we were
That's
not.
federal. I don't know if
Well, we paid a federal rate of 0.585 for everyone except elected officials, so we would need to know when that,
from the IRS.
yeah, July 1st.
Oh, it will be.
Okay, all right,
So that's why.
all
you
right,
probably
so I
don't-
will, yep,
Coming July.
Yeah.
coming July 1st. Okay,
What's that
So
new
it hasn't
number?
started yet.
62.5.
52.5.
62.
62,
0.5.
So on July 1st.
July 1st.
You'll probably get notification, don't they usually?
Nope, it's basically on us to
Oh, really? Watch out.
make ourselves aware of it, so yep.
All
Okay,
right. Any other comments, questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Public notices, possible quorum of commissioners. Anyone have anything that you can think of that might be happening? There is an open house sort of event taking place this Friday morning. It's for the volunteer center, just to kind of a meet and greet. It's at Gather from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. If any of you are interested in stopping by and meeting the new director. So there may be a quorum of us there. Other than that, I don't have anything.
Who is the new director?
Miranda Fenner.
Miranda Venner?
Fenner. Yep, so you stop in and say hi. There'll be coffee and scones and I don't remember what else. There you go, scones. All right.
Uptown.
Is there any old business? Any old business?
Just, Madam Chair, I testified for the summer study on regional jail facilities and possible cooperation between the county and the state level on incarceration. So that was on Thursday last week after our meeting. See how that comes out, following closely.
All right. Is there
And Madam
any?
Chair, I just had one other thing. I attended the Systems of Care meeting. I was one of the 28 people that attended. I just want to thank those folks that are a part of that. It was really wasn't really eye-opening because I knew what they did, but it's fun to hear the collaboration of that group working
Yes.
together.
Yeah.
Putting
Yes.
everything together, and I think that's really working good. So kudos to the welfare
Right.
office and our director for
I usually, yeah, I
for
was-
spearheading that.
Yeah.
She does a good job with that.
wasn't able to attend, but yes, and it's really good now. They have featured social service. Yeah, what they do and what's
Yeah.
available, because there's a lot of people that don't, I mean, even within the system of what do you do, what do you do? So it is a good.
HSA gave a really good presentation, I think.
Yeah.
It's good to see them work together.
Yep, yes, absolutely. That was the whole purpose of that. Any new business? I guess new business, I attended a meeting yesterday at Harmony Hill with the mayor and city manager. They'll be coming to us just with projected economic impacts and that sort of thing of what their project out there is all going to entail. So they got a few more meetings and then they will set it up with Cindy to get on the agenda, just to give us a little, bring you all up to speed with what's happening and what's going to be. So.
Just one more thing too, if I can think about it, I should have mentioned this when Rick was here, but watch the roadway. If you're riding motorcycle or cars or whatever, we're having some heat buckling of the roadway issues in town here. And so since it's getting so hot, we could see that out in the county on our county roads too. So just watch the roads.
They're not frost heaves anymore. Now they're heat. bumps,
Now
huh?
they're heaves. So we're starting to see some buckling. So.
Yeah, move from one to the next. All right, is there anything for the open? Natalie or anybody have anything for executive session?
Move to adjourn.
Motion by Johnson,
That's okay.
second by Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, we are adjourned.